From WBZ Sports, this is Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria.
Unfinished business. We want to be undefeated on the road. I think that's something that's unique. That's something that I think is special. Still want to play for the division. We want to win the division. Haven't done it in a long time. There's some unfinished business. The season isn't over. This wasn't our goal, and I'm excited that we won, but we've moved on.
Ha! Moved on already. Welcome, everyone, to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. I'm Steve Burton. Merry Christmas, and it is a Merry Christmas, right? Because the Patriots are back in the playoffs, and that's huge. But Mike Vrabel made it very clear there's still plenty of work to be done before they get to the postseason. Ernie Adams, Christian Fauria join me now. And first of all, right out of the gate, were you shocked that they manhandled the Ravens the way they did? Came back, I should say.
There you go.
Came back.
Because they were getting manhandled earlier.
Yeah, kind of, but came back.
Well, I was glad. You get at the end of the game, you're down. You got to see what they do. So, I'm sure, like everybody else, I was sitting there watching. Okay, this is where we're going to really see now. Are we talking about a real playoff team or just guys who won a lot of games against poor competition? Let's see. And they did. They did what they needed to do. It's a big test for them.
Yeah. So this game had everything you need, all the traits in a comeback. He obviously had 15 points in the last 10 minutes. The Patriots made a bunch of big plays. They called a great game offensively and defensively. And for the Ravens, they made a bunch of boneheaded decisions. And the biggest one that everyone is talking about is no Henry.
And no Henry.
They
he was averaging 7.1 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Well,
and he doesn't play.
Well, particularly when Lamar Jackson's on the bench. So it's not like
he's the go-to guy.
It's not like you had Lamar Jackson. No, you had your backup quarterback. And okay. So.
It was very odd. And even during the telecast, they were talking about how they're so good with, being honest with his rest. And I was like, there's 10 minutes left in the game. Yeah. He's destroying their defense.
Mike Vrabel said at the start of the season, we want to take advantage of bad football.
Yes.
Kind of that was bad football. That coaching decision was just plain bad football.
Right. Well, then, but that's, it's just kind of what you're going to get in some playoff games.
No question.
Tough game. Listen, I'm going to be honest. The Patriots had to overcome that fake field goal. The fake punt. Punt, which that could easily have cost them the.
Good point. Good point by you.
Cost them the game. I know they're trying to make a play, but I don't think it had any chance of working, and they did overcome it.
Drake May's first comeback win. Fourth quarter comeback win. Okay, and not only that, he throws for over 300 yards. What does that do for the psyche of this football team and for the psyche of Drake May?
My sense is they're far enough in the season. They've won enough games. It's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but don't you play with now you play with a guy that can come back.
It's the Polar Express effect, is what I would call it.
Seeing
is believing. You ever watch the Christmas special, The Polar Express? Like, some people, they just don't want to believe until they absolutely see it. And I think that's what people were kind of waiting for. They'd make every excuse not to kind of they would do everything to diminish what Drake May was doing. Now you have a comeback victory. Now you have over 300 yards passing, and you have passes that are just flat out unbelievable from just like from a passer point of view. Like, it was unbelievable.
I like the Polar Express.
Yeah.
I like that. But the other thing which I got to tell you I loved about Drake May in this game
is what?
Because we talked earlier in the year about he needed to, when he started, we want to keep his eyes upfield.
Downfield.
He not only keep his eyes upfield, he did a great job with his feet. He made 2 and 3 moves to make people miss in the pocket in a very short area. And keep having the ball ready to throw. To me, that was really impressive. It shows, though, the kind of progress he's made. I'm sure it indicates to me he's done a lot of work on it, and it paid off.
Let's talk about some of these goals that Mike Vrabel talked about, especially staying undefeated on the road. These guys are 7-0. They have a chance to go 8-0 on the road. No other team this year has done that.
You know what? The biggest game they've got is the one this week. It happens to be on the road against the Jets.
It's the Jets.
It's the Jets.
Ernie, it's the Jets.
It's the Jets, but if you remember, the Jets came back a little bit the first time they played them. Who knows what you're going to get from the Jets this
That's a good point.
I don't have a
Well, you won't
clue.
get any interceptions from the Jets. But they won't get any interceptions from you. Could get this. They are at a historic level 15 straight games, Ernie, without an interception. That is an NFL record.
That's amazing.
Not a ball tipped off somebody's helmet.
Nothing.
Not like the ball going through somebody's hand and then someone just like, oh my God, look what I got. Zero. 15 straight games without interceptions. It's unheard of.
Well, I always say, if you set an all-time NFL record at something, it says something
about you. Either positive or negative.
Right. So there we are. Hey, Jets.
Jets.
So to your point about traveling, okay, that is a different mindset. I don't want to act like that's not important.
Going on
Playing
the road.
at home, there's so many distractions when you would think, oh, you remove the distractions. No, guys want to go out to dinner. They may have friends. They may have family. And also the element of you've clinched a playoff berth. And there's be this natural inclination to just kind of feel like you've done it and you've achieved everything. No. They have an absolute chance of getting the number 1 seed in the AFC, having a first-round bye, and playing all their games at home. 2 games they have to win, and they go to the Super Bowl. That's a realistic expectation now.
Okay, the only problem that I have now is that this team looks like a mass unit. Okay, so many guys are hurt, including Trayvon Henderson, who has a concussion. We don't know how long he's going to be out, but this could become a problem. Now, Ramondre stepped up big time.
Well, it is a problem right now because, the playoffs, now they've clinched the spot, but they're right around the corner. You get guys, banged up now, and you talk about maybe missing a playoff game. Yeah. That's huge. That's why you see all the teams when they get it clinched, they take their key players and shut them down. It's a tough decision to have to make, but you sure don't want to go into a one-and-done playoff game situation, without one of your key players.
And concussions are tricky, Christian.
Well, now they absolutely are because there's certain protocol you have to go through. There's testing that you have to go through. There's baseline testing that all these players need to meet. So you can't just fake it like the old days and be like, no, I'm fine. No, that doesn't exist anymore. And I think at this point in time, the great teams that can manage their roster and their 2s and their 3s come in and there's no, they don't suffer from it. Those are the teams that are are good.
Hey, like I said, we played. I'll go back to the game Christian played. The biggest game Christian ever won in his life, Super Bowl 38 against the Panthers. We're playing with a guy at safety off our practice squad.
That day?
That day, you better believe it.
Off the practice squad?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Oh, and we also talked about the snapper, our long snapper, who cut his finger.
Who was the practice squad guy?
Meyer. I was our practice squad safe. Hey, well, that's...
Go in there, play the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
Win it for us.
Hey, but you need to be. Nobody cares if you've got an injury problem. Right. You got to play.
Right, you got to play.
So that's where you are.
All right, we got to take a break. But when we come back, we head to the whiteboard to talk about crossing plays and why they work so well for the Pats Sunday night. Stay tuned. You're watching Burton Ernie talk football with Fauria, the man. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Burton Ernie Talk Football for you. We're talking at the whiteboard with Ernie Adams, Christian Fauria about crossing patterns. Ernie, take it away, because right now it looks like a bunch of mishmash.
Yeah, it looks like a plate of spaghetti. Okay, but and this is the way we always did call it with Josh. I'm guessing it hasn't changed too much, although I don't know that for a fact. This is a play we would call 81 Thunder.
81 Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah, emphasis on this. I hated hearing this.
Right, because 80,
you don't get around.
80 and 81, it's 7-man protection. So both your tight end,
stand block.
The tight end and the run, their first priority is blocking a blitzer. Now, if their linebacker drops, then they're in the pattern. But they're basically they're alternates for the quarterback. And the reason you run something like this is if you're anticipating cover one, which is man-to-man
coverage
with a free safety, and you like this type of route against man because now this corner, man-to-man on the single receiver, and the nickel maybe man on the side, they have to chase their guy. They could be chasing him for 30 yards.
And they don't know where the guy's going.
Don't know where he's going. So it gives the receiver a real good chance to get a step. And in fact, the Patriots the other night, 2 times they hit Mr. Diggs,
right,
did a great job for, I think it was a 29-yard and a 30,
first catch,
and a 33.
Yeah. Got his head
so
taken off.
they're averaging about 30 yards of a shot on this, and even though the first time they hit Diggs it was against cover 4, but it's still. It's a real good chance to get the ball downfield, and you can run this off of play action too. But if you're anticipating cover 1, it really gives your receivers a chance to run away from people.
So that's what I'm going to say. So 81 Thunder means what? 8 guys are blocking?
No,
7 guys are blocking.
81 is the protection call, and it's a 7-man protection.
Okay.
These 3 receivers have no blocking responsibility.
Okay. They just go.
You're tight in your back. It's block first, then release. But it's also real good if you get a blitz. The quarterback knows it's going to be picked up.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about. Now I can just go back. It's picked up.
Do my thing.
This is, you call this. You want to be able to throw the ball down the field. And in fact, on the towards the end of the game where they had that crazy play throwing to Washington down the sideline where Humphrey, tackled him and then knocked the ball away. This is the same play, throwing to your outside guy, in a one-on-one situation.
Okay, so really, all this, right? You're crossing, you're running away from people, but you're really trying to get people to sort of like crash into people, right?
Go ahead, Ernie.
Yeah, it'll create because this is not like the real tight mesh route,
right?
But it creates some problems.
There's less likelihood of there being some sort of offensive PI, which you usually see in short yards and goal line because it's so compacted and there's no space, and guys are trying to get some sort of pick play. This is a little bit different. I was going to ask you, how important what's more important, the angle of your route or how fast you can get there?
That's a good question.
Well, it's really a combination of the two because, it's giving. If you've got a slow receiver running this, the defensive back's going to have a better chance to stay with him.
Yeah.
But this is a chance, get a fast guy, give him plenty of space to run to, get a couple steps on a defender, and this is, that's like I say, they're averaging 30 yards of completion with this the other night.
I thought was really good at this, and I didn't think he was very fast, and he's doing a great job in Jacksonville now, is Jacoby Myers. I feel like his ability to get across the field and find those voids was almost uncommon. It was amazing how good he was at it.
So the purpose of the crossing routes, obviously, right, is to get people open.
Get people right.
Correct.
And so if you're going against a team and they're a zone team,
right,
they're 90% zone. You're not going to be featuring this. This is where this is where we think we're going to get cover 1, give ourselves the best chance to get open. If they do drop off and get back and play zone, I've got a couple outlets there for the quarterback.
Tell me about this guy. Okay, if he's not blocking anybody.
That guy.
This guy.
If he's not guy, so he's his blitz responsibility first.
Right.
If it's just the end coming, he'll turn him over to the tackle, and he's going to release and basically set right over the ball.
How far down? He's
going to be 4 to 5 yards. Just find the void. Show your numbers to the quarterback.
He's the safety valve?
He's the safety valve, right? It's always, listen, every pass play you have, you always have a safety valve, and the quarterback always knows where his safety valve is. So the quarterback's got that clock ticking in his head. I'm looking downfield. It's time to throw to the safety valve.
Did you like being a safety valve?
But the point is, in cover 1, man free, you do have somebody just hanging out. And what sometimes they would do is if they see you are blocking, then they have a tendency to rush just to kind of make sure you're not doing it.
But presumably, you shouldn't be hitting this tight end on this route against man coverage.
Yeah.
If it's man coverage, you should be throwing the ball down the field. This is where they drop. The defense can play whatever they want, even if they're a man team. If they call zone, I've still got to have some place for the quarterback to go with the ball.
Yeah.
You always want to make sure the quarterback has an answer.
81 Thunder.
Good
stuff, my man.
Are we going to do lightning next? Is there a lightning?
No, we got cover 1 coming up.
Oh, cover 1. Okay.
Next up, stay right here at the whiteboard because we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will talk about cover 1 defense with Ernie and Christian. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the board with Burton Ernie, talk football with Fauria. We're talking cover 1 defense, Ernie. What does that mean? That means what? Man coverage?
Well, it's cover one, it's man-to-man. You've got free safety in the middle of the field.
Yep.
There's different things you can do with your linebackers, but a lot of teams, they'll have the free safety deep, and they'll have the middle linebacker playing free in the middle.
Okay.
So you really have somebody short who's free short in the middle and deep in the middle.
Huh.
And
everybody else is locked on to a man.
Everybody else is locked on. But this is where you'll often hear coaches say, win your leverage. Okay, and this is what's really important because the Patriots
win your leverage.
Win
what does that mean?
Okay, that means, I'm just going to preface this by saying Sunday night's game against the Ravens on the 4th and 2, where they threw it to Diggs. It was this type of situation. And as a safety playing this, it's always use your help. I know I've got help in the middle.
Correct.
So I don't want to let this receiver beat me to the outside. If he goes inside, whether he goes deep or short, I've got somebody in there who's going to help me. So if I'm the safety, I've got to make sure I'm sitting on this guy's outside. So if he goes out there, he can't beat me. If he goes inside, I want to funnel him into my help. And in fact, we would call this one funnel. That's because that's the idea. Force people to go into
funnel the receiver into where you want to go.
And that's really a big part of playing defense is understanding where my help is and using my help.
Use your help.
Now, what happened on the 4th and 2 play?
This is to Diggs, correct?
To Diggs, right. The safety,
play of the game.
Play of the game for the Patriots in a lot of ways, the play of the year, is really playing more head up on this receiver. And Diggs did a great job coming off hard, straight at him. And he made this safety settle back on his heels, and they beat him to the outside. It was the safety almost made the play, but he didn't make the play. And Diggs ended up catching it and going for 4 yards.
He lined up too far inside. He didn't use his help.
Didn't use his help, and that was if you're playing coverage, in the National Football League, it's all these little things really make a difference. Because they get the middle linebacker, they're sitting in there to help you. If you don't use them and you get beat to the outside, if the safety gets beat outside, he's got to make the tackle. And
the other part of this is the fact that it seems like Diggs and May are almost sharing a brain sometimes, because if he holds the ball a beat longer, that ball may be going for 6, or at least it's 4th and 2. It doesn't matter. Catch it, don't catch it. And the way Diggs, all his nonverbals, the way he runs his routes, he knows exactly, what depth he's got to get to. He's watching him like almost exclusively because that's who he knows. That's his best guy.
If you're playing quarterback against cover one, really, you want to find the one-on-one situation that you want to work on. Yeah. Because when you're attacking man coverage, you're beating a man.
A one man.
If you're attacking zone coverage, you're attacking an area.
Yep.
And you really need to know the difference.
And to his point, if I'm Diggs, if I'm a receiver, and I know I got I'm gonna eat his lunch all day long. So
because he can't cover you.
Diggs is physically gifted, especially short area quickness. He's so good getting out of his breaks.
So does he go back to the huddle and say, I can't cover him?
Well, I don't think they need to. I think it's understood. Josh McDaniels is gonna be like, I'm gonna give it to my best receiver.
Right. This is what they work on this all week. I mean, if you really have, if you have every player talking to the quarterback in the huddle, I don't want.
I'm open.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Everybody's always open.
Right. They've worked on this. Hey, I know, and who your guy is.
Yep.
And remember, we talked about a few weeks ago, Diggs beating the Mike linebacker in the empty set. So it's understand where you understand. I'm running around, and as a receiver, if it's man coverage, you're always attacking the technique of the man you're playing.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left. What does win your leverage mean?
Okay, win your leverages means if I'm responsible, I can't get beat outside.
Okay, so
I'm supposed to cover the guy outside, and that's the way to emphasize it. You've got outside responsibility. Don't get beat out there. Win your leverage.
I got you.
Force him where you want.
I thought you meant
go.
physical contact, like when the guy's playing short, on the guy
team,
too.
It's sometimes like each side is trying to win their leverage. He's trying to win leverage. He's trying to win leverage.
But the real point is, for as all our dedicated viewers know, this is a game of a lot of detail and nuance. And, okay, so it's the technique leverage, but it's 4th and 2, and it just made the difference in the game.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of,
play of the game. Maybe the play of the year, just like you said.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we look ahead to the JETS Jets. Jets! We'll explain. Stay with us. All right, welcome back to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. On to the Jets. The Jets. Yes. So here's my question. Have they checked out?
You know what, Steve, as you know, I always say, if you're not there, you don't know. I have no idea if they've checked out. We're going to find out, though, on Sunday.
Well, here's the thing with the Jets. They're still playing a bunch of young guys who are playing for jobs.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, it's the National Football League. These guys are paid to play. They're professionals. You better assume that they're going to go out and give it everything they've got.
Until they just stop caring. I do think there is a point in time in the game where they teams like the Jets who aren't playing for anything, season's basically over. They don't even know if their coach is going to be there. They're starting Brady Cooks, their third quarterback. Okay, they still have not, like I said earlier, they still have not gotten an interception in 15 games. So
there's no way this could be a trap game then?
No, I have a hard listen. The trap games are over for the Patriots, in my opinion. There's not a game that they're going to play in the last 2 games that I think they're going to be willing to risk their fortunes and their future on.
I'm just going to remind you, everybody knows the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their first year went 0-14.
Yeah.
We had a spot in the playoffs clinched. We were playing them in the 14th game, and they were ahead of us at halftime.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
They were.
Didn't end up that way, but were.
They gave you a scare.
I get you. I got
right,
you.
well, we had a little conversation about it at halftime.
A little conversation. Hey, Patriots have a chance to win the overall number 1 seed if they win out and Denver loses 1 game.
Yes. That's
a possibility, right?
Right.
Denver could end up, they'll probably be Kansas City, but they got to play the Chargers.
Right. It's a realistic possibility. So, I mean, the Patriots need to be ready to go down and put everything they've got into this.
In that game, go ahead, Phil.
Which is really, their whole approach this year has been the 1 game at a time thing. They need to be taking this 1 game at a time. It's nothing but the Jets this week. I mean, I know, and this is, you talk about distractions. You got Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right. Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas.
Christmas, let's bring in the Fauria family. Yes, indeed. Who
Make
are
it an appearance.
Who are these guys? Christian, who are these guys? Quickly.
Cam, Kiki, Riley, and Sir Caleb. There we go. There they are.
And thank you all for joining us for Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. You got a message for the people out there, our fans?
Merry Christmas.
All the above. Have a great week, everybody. Go Pats. It's that time of year.
I knew.